special ed does not prepare you for a lifelong disability. Like, school is supposed to prepare you for life as an employee. Your childhood is supposed to prepare you for your adulthood. But if you have a learning disability, like our society is not set up for people with learning disabilities or disabilities in general. But I happen to talk about learning disabilities and autism because, you kind of like talking about things that I actually have. When I was younger, I was in Warm Springs. It was basically a place that rehabilitates people with physical and learning disabilities. And it was amazing to me, like our job prospects to them were stick these two widgets together, like low paying, you know, entry level jobs that anybody can take. And that itself is depressing as hell. But like if they knew that like at a certain level of learning disability, you're basically going to go through this in life. Why aren't they teaching that? Why aren't they preparing kids? Like the better things to be teaching them would be how to pay your bills, like how to manage money, how to get on disability. But it's unfortunately true. A large percentage of people that have learning disabilities end up on disability. So you kind of either our school system is failing us or they just our system is just not made for us. So in, into Social Security with you. What, like, to me, if you're actually making a system that was going to benefit people with disabilities, you would actually teach them what it's like as a child on how to live in this world with a disability. And I'm amazed, like nobody, like look it up on YouTube. There are some people that talk about it, like with with what it has to do with like autism. I think autism gets a lot of, um, I mean, it's overly represented. You don't really like if you look for learning disabilities that come with autism a lot of times. Like I have many of those, and you really don't get the same. Like if you look up the disability, like learning disabilities, you end up with more people on autism. It's it's bizarre. Okay, I'm going on a sidetrack here. We're leaving where I was going to make this video. You just don't have very many people talking about what it's like to live a life with learning disabilities. And a lot of the videos that are out there, just people talking about people with learning disabilities, never like you get a lot of videos on autism of people with autism talking about what it's like to be autistic. But you don't really there's it's you don't really find it very many people that were learning disabled, special ed, talking about it what it was like. It just are they just hiding, or is everybody else that was? I know I wasn't the only person that in special ed. I'm pretty sure my class was in a classroom of one. Where the hell did everybody go? But really, it doesn't prepare you for this. It prepares you for jobs and life like everybody else. Like nobody's left behind. Kind of gave um, um, Special ed, they well, you're going to go out and you're going to get a job and you're going to be just like everybody else. And what like it just seems like they're not being honest and they're not preparing them for the true realities of what it's like to be a disabled person in America. You it just feels like you are the lowest of the low. Like people look down at you. People either look down at you because you're looked at as like something like retarded, or they look down at you what is it called, infantilization, where you treat people like children. You either I don't know what one's worse, to be treated like a child or to be treated like you're retarded. God, I like I make any money off these videos anyways. But like most of my views, it kind of goes into a dead end because how the hell do you teach people how to live this life? My I think I said it on the last video. Um, my Department of Family and Children's Services caseworker was probably the most honest person in my life when it comes to my prospects in my life. Basically, when I was being driven to a shelter, a home for kids with learning disabilities and like behavioral issues and all kinds of things. And she basically was driving me down there and told me, well, you got to get a GED. Like, we can basically, what we can do is we can take you out of your classes and we can put you in classes for learning what you need to learn to get the GED. It was like impossible for me to do at the time. I was not at that level yet. But she knew, like, the prison, the pipeline from foster care to the prison system is well known. But what about the pipeline from disability, um, special ed to mental illness and depression? I don't know. I don't know how much I can put it. Oh my God, I ran this one into a wall. I've done it again. Into the next one.